Before we start, if you have cell phones, please put them on silent or turn them off. And the other one also is this, anybody in favor or opposed to case Z24003, have you signed up with Eileen to give your testimony?
No, sir, nobody has.
Oh, okay, all right. And Albert, case number Z24004 will be postponed to the next meeting?
Chair, I think if we go down through the agenda with the roll call of officers and approval or changes to the agenda.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh. I think if we go down through the agenda, once we get to item number 2, then we can make that request.
All right, okay. All right. Welcome to today's meeting, April 11th, 2024. Item number 1, Commissioners' roll call of officers.
Commissioner Underwood,
Present.
Commissioner Montañez,
Present.
Commissioner Lear, Commissioner Jimenez, Commissioner Zarges,
Here.
Vice Chair Zerniak, Chair Acosta.
Present. Okay, item number 2, approval of, or changes to the agenda, Commissioners.
I'll move the agenda as presented.
Chair, staff does have one request on the second zone change today, case number Z24004. In this specific case, we do have, well, in your packet, you saw that there was a letter of petition against the request. The UDC does call out for a 2/3 vote of the P&Z commissions whenever there's more than 20% opposition of property owners within 100 feet of the subject parcel. In this case, there is more than 20% opposition. So that means that in order for the applicant to receive some kind of approval, he would need at least 5 P&Z members to vote in the affirmative. With 4 members here today, that's not going to happen. So because of that reason, staff is requesting that item 5B get postponed to the next meeting date of the P&Z, which would be April 25th.
April 25th.
April 25th, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we postpone to date specific, then, it's already set for that date.
All right, okay. Any questions, Commissioners? No? All right.
Does that require a motion?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It does. Okay. Mr. Chair, a motion to postpone case number Z24-004 to the April 25th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
Upon recommendations from staff, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, do we have to vote on that, Janine? Yes, please, Mr. Chair. All right, roll call, please.
We'll need a second.
We need a second.
Oh, second, we have a motion on the floor.
I moved it. Oh, did Steve just, okay, I'll second it.
Okay, any questions of, on the motion? No? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Underwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Montañez,
Yes.
Commissioner Zarges,
Yes.
Chair Acosta.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 2, approval, item number 3, right? Approval of changes, approval of the minutes of meeting March 28, 2024.
I'll move the minutes of March 28th, 2024 as presented. Second.
Okay, we have, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, the ayes have it. Item number 4, old business.
There's no
Nothing?
old business, Chair.
Okay. New business. Albert, you ready? Case number Z24-003.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Albert Casillas, 845 North Motel Boulevard.
Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give today is the truth under penalty of law?
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Our first case today is going to be a zone change request in the area of Chaparral. The owner applicant, it's CST Properties LLC, and I do have Chris Scanlon here representing Borderland Engineers and Surveyors. This property is located on the southwest corner of Amparo Road and Old Sequoia Road in Chaparral, New Mexico. The zoning is a T2, a rural zone. And the request today is to go from a T2 to a T3 neighborhood edge zoning district in order to subdivide the property into 5 lots. This is a 5.25 acre parcel. And it's the southeast corner, my apologies. This is the property right here. It's the 5 acres. We do have Amparo Road and Old Sequoia Road. They're both county maintained roads. They are paved. And this is just an aerial of the photo. It pretty much remains the same. A lot of the times when we go out there to these zone changes, you know, we always get there and we find out that the property has already been graded, you know, that they've already done substantial work. In this case, you know, the property still remains the same. You know, it's still desert landscape. It's still vacant, so nothing has been done on the property. When we look at the zoning map, the property is T2. Right across the street, you know, we have the T3 zoning designations, and you know there's a lot of T3 already surrounding the parcel in itself. So prior to 2017, when the UDC got adopted, this property itself had a performance district designation, and in the performance district, any use could be approved, you know, provided that all standards for that use were met. When the UDC got officially adopted, it went from this performance district to the T2 designation. Under T2, if you're in a platted subdivision, you're subject to a 2 acre minimum. If you had a T2 and you weren't in a subdivision, it was just a description by meets and bounds, then you could apply for a claim of exemption, and you can actually go down to 3/4 of an acre, which is NEMD standards for septic. Because this property is in a T2, and because it is in a platted subdivision, the code does require a 2 acre minimum. And by applying to the T3 designation, then the applicant can go down to 3/4 of an acre. And like I said before, it is 5.25 acres. They're wanting the T3 so they can actually subdivide the property into five lots. And like I said it before, under the code, T2, if you're in a platted subdivision, it's a 2 acre minimum. And if you weren't in a subdivision, then like I said, you could just apply for a claim of exemption, and that minimum gets reduced to 3/4 of an acre. On your packet, you also have the site plan, and it basically just gives us the conceptual proposal for this property. 4 of the lots are going to be about 0.8 acres, I think, and then this one's just going to be a little bit bigger than that. So they're all going to be more than 3/4 of an acre, but he is proposing 5 lots. Under the existing T2 designation, he would probably only be able to cut the property in half and have a 2 acre parcel and a 3 acre parcel. This is just the aerial showing the surrounding land uses. Pretty much in that part of Chaparral, everything's pretty much residential. And here I'm standing on the northwest corner of the property, looking southeast. So that's just the intersection here of this is Amparo Road, and that's Old Sequoia Road over here. And one of the notification signs is right there on the corner on that post. And this is just a close-up of the subject parcel. Like I said it before, it still remains in its natural state. And just another picture of the subject parcel. This is a view of that intersection of Amparo Road and Old Sequoia Road. So this is basically Amparo Road. Subject parcels here to the right. and just a view of Amparo Road looking south towards Texas. Across the road from Amparo, I mean, it's all just desert landscape right now. It's pretty much vacant. So under zone change evaluation requirements, these are the sections that are applicable to zone changes, and it's the decisional criteria. These are the properties that were notified for the zone change request. Here's the notification sign. And really, when it came to public input, there was really no opposition. I might have just received maybe 1 or 2 phone calls just asking questions about the request, but that was about it. There was no letters in opposition or in favor of this request. When we look at the section D1 for zone changes at that criteria, applicants proposing 5 lots ranging from 0.89 acres to 1.69. 1.69 being, the largest proposed tract there in the corner. No large impact to population with additional 5 lots. We don't think there's going to be any impact to demographics. No large impact to traffic flow is anticipated. I am going to point out that if the zone change does get approved, you're still going to have to go through the summary subdivision process. Engineering is still going to look at this, for any kind of additional right-of-way that might be required, for driveway permits. They might have to do some shared driveways just so they minimize points of entry through Old Sequoia Road. The zone change will allow the property owner to subdivide into smaller lots that are consistent with the surrounding properties. The zone change will provide for additional affordable housing options to the Chaparral community. Water will be from lake section water, and wastewater will be handled through an approved septic tank. And then there is sufficient infrastructure capacity for the proposed use. No evidence of any environmentally sensitive areas. There are similar existing residential uses within the area of the proposed zone change. There will not be any significant impact on surrounding properties, according to the applicant. And the applicant states that they will be using best practices during construction of the summary subdivision and during the building or mobile home permitting process. So we do believe that the applicant meets this decisional criteria or this section of the code for zone changes. We do believe that it's not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. There's a couple goals and actions that the request is meeting. We're looking at goal G 2.2, which is to safeguard and extend desirable neighborhood character, preserving existing neighborhoods character. Those are just some of the goals and actions that the zone change request meets. Providing marketable and affordable housing, zoning for a variety of different types of housing. So those are just some of the goals that staff believes the zone change request meets. For a sufficient change in condition, the zone change is appropriate as there is compatible existing residential development and zoning designations, and is reasonably necessary to protect the public interest in providing housing options. Amparo Road, Old Sequoia Road are both paved county maintained right-of-ways, and then the applicant states that Chaparral continues to grow, and this proposal fits well with the needs of the expanding neighborhood. And then in order, a need to cover and perfect the previous defective ordinance or to correct mistakes or injustices. Like I said before, the T2 only allows for a minimum lot size of 2 acres. If this was not in a platted subdivision, the applicant would have only need to apply for a claim of exemption, and that would reduce the minimum lot size to 0.75 acres. And also before, the UDC got adopted under the performance district, the minimum lot size was 3/4 of an acre if you guys if they were on septic. And we don't believe that this is considered a spot zoning. We already looked at the surrounding areas. We already looked at the zoning map. So we believe that this request is in harmony with surrounding areas. The size of the development is appropriate for the area, and there will be a benefit to the community by increasing the availability of housing needed in the Chaparral community. Our staff findings, they're already, they're included in your packet. We do believe that this request to T3 satisfies the decisional criteria for a zone change. We do believe it is compatible with existing residential development that's already there. We're not looking at this request as a spot zone, and we believe that it's not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. So our recommendation today is to recommend approval for this case Z24003. This would be a zone change from T2 to T3 in order to subdivide the property into five different lots. And that's the end of our presentation. Like I said before, the applicant's representative is here, but staff does stand for questions.
Does that conclude your presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do
Yes.
have and Chris Callen is here representing the.
Any questions of staff? Commissioners? None, okay. Is the applicant or the representative for CST Properties present?
Yes.
All right. Please step forward. We're gonna swear you in.
Good morning. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Ted Scanlon, 2990 North Main Street.
Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give today is the truth under penalty of law?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I see a couple of familiar faces. I haven't been to one of these in a while, but I really don't have anything to add to Mr. Casillas's presentation. I think you did a really thorough job, and but I'd be happy to answer any questions. All my client is trying to do is make his property compatible with the neighborhood, and so we ask that you approve this zone change request.
Well, this has nothing to do with the case today, but we haven't seen you in a long time. You're still playing the guitar?
Yes,
You are?
yes.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Mr. Scanlon, I just want to state that I am also a guitar player myself, and your shirt is, I understand the meaning behind your shirt, and it is making me laugh internally right now. And I'm laughing out loud as I leave.
I forgot I was coming here this morning when I got dressed, and I put on this shirt, but and I apologize. I should
Only
have turned,
you.
I should have turned it inside out.
It's okay, we really needed that this morning.
Yes, we really needed that.
We were gonna ask you about the C chord. Where's the C chord? Everything starts with a C chord,
Well,
right?
there's no C chord on this.
Well, anyway, glad to have you here. Any questions of, no questions at all. All right. Anybody out in the gallery that wants for or opposed to this case? Nobody's out there, right? Sean, do you have anything to say?
Not on this case, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, Commissioners. Chair entertains a motion.
I'll move approval, based on the findings of fact and staff recommendation, I'll move approval of case number Z24003.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. It's second. Any discussion on the motion? No discussion on the motion. All right. Ready for a vote, Eileen?
Commissioner Underwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Montañez,
Yes.
Commissioner Zarges,
Yes.
Chair Acosta.
Yes. You got it. All right. Now back to the agenda. Item number 6. Administrative approvals. Thank you. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So the map before you depicts the building permits that we issued for the month of March. The items in yellow are single-family residential, and we issued 22. And the items in blue are commercial permits, and we issued a total of 2 on one site and that's for an ag warehouse and office in the Vado area. And then what is not mapped are, we issued 17 permits for additions to single-family residential and 11 permits for commercial additions as well. And then in terms of mobile home installation permits, we issued a total of 12. 6 were on private land, 3 were in parks, and 3 were moved without permits and were triple feed. So for the month of March, we collected a total of $70,300 in permit fees. Any questions?
The one in the blue and Vado, what is that?
It's an ag warehouse and office for Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Is it a,
I'll defer to Sean, he'll have a little more info.
It's an addition to the existing Neutrina fertilizer plant right there at 478 and Vado, going towards La Mesa. On,
Oh,
yeah,
is it
the old Helena,
former-
yes.
The former Helena?
Uh-huh.
Okay, the former Helena.
oh, right, okay. All right.
All right.
Any
thank you.
questions? No questions, all right. Staff input?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I did want to update you on the Board of County Commissioners meeting from Tuesday. They did approve the ordinance for the CRUA zoning project, so that will take effect 30 days after it's recorded. And we're anticipating it getting recorded on Monday. And then we also heard the appeal for Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joseph.
Okay.
Sleepy Joseph on 478. They were filed the appellant filed an appeal that lived about half a mile north of the property. It was, I think, T2 R5 zone changed to a D1. That appeal was denied.
All right, okay.
So they upheld your decision for the zone change.
Commission input? I just heard in the news this morning that Sunland Park has an agreement with, to open up a port of entry. Is that correct?
I heard that on the news this morning as well, Mr. Chair. And from what I understand, it's passenger vehicles and pedestrians.
Only.
That's what I heard on the news. And it's in the Anapra area of Sunland Park.
Whereabouts in Anapra? I mean, it's really congested there.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. The map that they showed was mainly focused on the Mexican side.
So it must be just west of Mount Cristo Rey, right? Has to be. Or not, northwest.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on the map, in that general vicinity. They said by the railroad tracks.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
Mr. Chair, if it's, is it commission input?
Yes.
I would like to inform the commission I'll be out the next meeting on the 25th. I will not be able to be here due to a conflict.
All right. All right.
And Mr. Chair, since this is Commissioner Zargis and Commissioner Montañez's last meeting, we would like to thank them for their service. for
I do
serving on the
believe,
planning and-
don't we have another meeting?
Oh, I'm moving ahead, I'm
Got a
sorry.
meeting next week.
I need to, you didn't give me enough time. I have to write my farewell speech. Yeah, so thank you.
How about you just bring your guitar, I'll bring mine. and-
Nah, we'll send you all a song.
Well, I think they hired ZZ Top for their fanfare, so.
That would be great.
Uh-huh. So,
Yes. I would like to just, I do plan on reapplying, within a year, but a small break is necessary to focus on some personal things. Thank you.
we do appreciate your service. We try to do the best we can. We self-educate, through the internet, attending seminars. Thanks to you, Janine, especially on water. You gave us a lot of insight on those seminars from some of the water resource people and at the university. And I thought that was really remarkable that they would allow, a 1 hour, maybe an hour and a half seminar virtually. And you could ask questions, which was really amazing. I think that under the conditions that we have now, some of the experts should be coming forth on part of the BOCC, of course, but they should be brought in to physically come and give us their input on how is it that we're going to be able to address these issues. The next question that I have, and I've always had this, the migration of people coming into the area, okay? And probably Sean knows it better than all of us, because, I mean, he's the one that issues permits for building and construction. Do you have anything on that, Sean?
The migration of, from different areas around the country? Is that what you're asking, sir?
Well, you know, when people coming in for housing or industry, right? I think you would have a better feel on, are people migrating from the east or from the west coast or?
We really don't see that information because it's just contractors that are applying for the permits. If it's a homeowner that's applying for, we wouldn't know if they were, you know, local or just moved from Texas or El Paso or whatnot, sir.
And then do we have the capacity, you know, for water resources and things that we can offer them as well as accommodation? We have a real estate agent here that he has probably more input than all of us. And I think we need to address that issue. I'd like to sort of, you know, down the line, have a work session regarding the Albuquerque Commons lawsuit, okay? I think that has always been, and Dr. Zerniak and I have always, we're very perplexed about changing conditions. And Mr. Magallanes at one time had a development up on 70 East, and he said, well, changing conditions could be almost anything, but I mean, we have to be very specific on the change of conditions. And of course, not changing conditions regarding population growth. I mean, how are you gonna base that, you know? That's kind of strange. But if that is part of the cause, then we should see we can have a healthy discussion regarding that. And if we have to bring legal in, then we should do so. So I guess this is the shortest session we've ever had, right? Record that. So the chair entertains the adjournment.
I'll move we adjourn.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you.
Sean, can I ask a question?